How's everybody doing? Well, this is kind of a rant video, I guess you could say. I don't know why everybody thinks that little truck's so damn nose heavy. It's not, trust me. If it was nose heavy, I would have done something about it. It's not nose heavy. Everybody's saying that, had one guy thought that, well, I think a small blocker in LS would overpower and beat a big block in the quarter mile. You might get it in the eighth mile, but like, some people there's no talking to. An engine's an air pump. Bigger the pump, more power it's going to make. Okay? More power it's going to make. Power adder, it's just going to make more power. Okay? That's like having the same damn debate that I've had about guys that think a damn 4-bolt block is the most heavenly thing on earth. I've watched my dad make 1,000+ horsepower on a studded 2-bolt main big block so many times I can't even, and my grandfather and him back in the day, I can't even count. That's why when you go to the track, you see these guys building these cars. A lot of them have conventional headed big block Chevys in them. Some have big block Fords because they want the displacement to make the power. Okay? Bigger the engine, less effort it takes to make the same power a small block would make. Easier on parts. And the fact that you can go up to 598, I think you can actually maybe get to 601 on a 9.8 deck big block Chevy block. Go even bigger with tall deck. My son's got a friend of his that's got a little round body with a LS in it. The bullshit you go through to put the headers on that thing? Nah. I've seen pictures of people with the whole passenger side of the frame rail, big section cut out, clear shit for an LS. Nah. Don't get me wrong, LS is a potent little motor. You know, made some of them 6-bolt mains and buried the center line of the crank deeper in the block. GM used their head. More or less took their little potent motor and put it in cars to test it out. That's the way I look at it. But at the end of the day, build what you want, the way you want, and tell everybody else to kiss your ass. Letting somebody's words affect what you want to build is like a dime holding up a dollar. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. When you start worrying about what everybody else thinks about what you're building or what you're doing, you're not living your life. Okay? Opinions are like assholes, man. Everybody's got one. Some stink more than others. But a real car guy can look at any build, and see something in it he can appreciate. And they don't talk trash on it because they know that that person built what they wanted. It's their vision, their hard work, their money, their time, their effort. Don't pay attention to keyboard warriors. Because their main focus in life is trying to make other people miserable. An old saying, misery loves company? No, it don't. Don't be company to their misery. Do what you want the way you want. Like I said, tell everybody else to kiss your ass. Okay? That's why I built that truck the way I wanted it. I don't care what anybody thinks. If I did, I'd be asking for input on how to do that. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? I don't. You never will see me ask input from somebody else. End of the day, the only input that counts is mine, yours, on your stuff. And now that that rant is over, I'll go on to some other things. I got the carburetor shipped. My wife shipped it off to Colton Skull Garage. He should have it Monday. And I'm watching the tracking to make sure it gets there. I messaged his dad and told him what's going on. It's all good. It's all cool. You know, no thanks are needed. Use it, enjoy it, make it work, make that little truck just haul ass even more. As far as my little truck, I went ahead and pulled the trigger on one of those Turbo Smart electronic boost controllers. Made a phone call, talked to some people. Ordered another electronic solenoid, Mac valve, whatever you want to call it, for the 2 turbo setup I have. Make things better. So I think maybe this weekend, if it gets below the 102, 103, it's been the last 2 days and today, I might change the gate pressure, put the 7 1/4 springs in the gates and take it out this weekend and hit on it some more, get some better video, so forth for everybody. It needs more boost. I've got a 116 jet front and back in that carburetor. It's fat down low, a little fat, quite a bit fat down low, a little fat up high. It needs more air. Needs more boost anyway. I mean, the thing is insane on motor, but I had a goal. I'm going to reach that goal, and when I think I got it to that goal, I'll probably take it somewhere and put it up on the dyno, and we'll see if it's making it. But until then, I'm not. I mean, I played with cars enough. I know. You know, I've owned a couple very high horsepower cars. My dad, my granddad had them back in the day, so I kind of got a feel for what it takes when you get to the 4 number mark. So, grandfather was a big roots blower guy. So, but we're going to try and do that. I'll record us putting the boost controller on it. But like I've said in the beginning, I'm home all day. I don't work. I got hurt at work long ago. I get paid to stay at home. It was a negligence on another worker. And when I got hurt is when they discovered I had MS. So between the MS and the fact that I got my knees are tore up, I've had surgery 3 times on one, 2 times on another one. Had surgery on the shoulder. My lower back's fucked up because of it. I basically get to sit at home and get paid just like if I worked. I get a check first of every month. Social Security disability the 3rd of every month. Ain't milking the system or anything. I take a shot glass full of pills every morning and every night. A lot of it's supplements, minerals and stuff to help my body. But as far as prescription pills, I ain't never probably shared this, but I go through 150 tramadol a month, and I've been like that for 12 years. Prednisone off and on. I deal with my MS using things other than the shots and all that shit because it works better for me. Stress. Stress is the one thing you gotta stay away from. And my wife and my kids make sure I have a very low stress environment because I got 3 awesome kids and one badass wife. Focus on your strengths, not on your weaknesses. But anyhow, oh, and then the 4-year-old grandson that we care for, because the daughter between school and work is busting her ass, and the boy's daddy just don't want anything to do with him, which is par for the course with these young people. That's all right. He don't need him. He's got me. He's got his uncle. He's got his other uncle. He's got 3 grown men that are there for him. But that's a lot of why I don't get the truck out a lot. I have good days, bad days, good weeks, bad weeks. So, and now with an injury that I basically am getting paid to stay at home from my employer, my back and into my hip has reared its head again and is bothering me. And I knew this was coming. They told me I'd have to have my knees replaced. No. I keep muddling through. So I go in once a year to get fitted for these braces for my knees, but I never wear them. I told my wife, as long as I can walk, I ain't using that shit. It's just a crutch. Take care of your body. You only get one. I tore my ass up working my ass off for somebody, and I paid for it. Now, I got paid good money back in the day when I worked. Very good money. I didn't never anything I wanted I could go get. And thank God I put a whole lot of that back and invested it, so I got it now. But yeah, take care of your body. Don't beat yourself up. Your legs and your back, man. Legs, back, and your mind. You've got to take care of those. Don't be a strong back chump for somebody. Some employer. Take care of yourself. Worry about yourself. Take care of number one first. But now all that stuff's out of the way. And you see my wife's El Camino sitting there. It sits under that carport during the summer months. It goes inside during the winter. Had to go rescue her last night, me and the boy. She picked up a big ass bolt in the back tire of the bike. Just popped the tire flat instantly. Had to go home, bring it home on a trailer last night about 9 o'clock on her way back from work. She loves riding her bike. Ain't no bigger in a minute, but she can handle that bike really well. And she can handle that El Camino real well too. Matter of fact, she's been telling me she wants more power out of it. I think everybody knows it's got a 468 in it, big block. It's probably a 500 horse at the flywheel motor. You know, it's just a 9.6 to 1, 9.8 to 1, somewhere in there, pump gas motor. But it's got almost as much cam in it as my motor does in the S10. So it's got a 850 Holley HP double pumper on it. It does pretty good. And you put a taller rear end gear in it. It's got a 14 gear in it, and yeah, you drive out the highway, the thing's just screaming. I'm gonna put like a 342 gear in it, I think. Get the RPMs down on it a little bit. Get it where it's a little more manageable. If you get out on a 100-degree day, and I had to put a big aluminum radiator in it and electric fans on it, got two 14-inch spow pullers on it and a big 4-core aluminum radiator. It's actually the K30 C30 radiator I had in the S10 way back that went headlight to headlight. Yeah, that's what's in it to keep it cool, because you get up at highway speeds and a day like today, I don't care how much air is moving through it, that some bitch is fucking singing at 35, 3800 RPM, she'll start getting warm. So we run 110 octane leaded in that thing. It runs real good on it, much better than it does on 91 or 93. So one of these days I'll show you under the hood of it. It looks like bone stock. Chrome valve covers, air cleaner, everything that came with from the factory. It's got a original LS6 in it. The guy we got it from worked for GM, and somehow the story goes that when it come down the line, it was a late 69 car, like the end of 69, and supposedly they snuck an LS6, which was coming out in the 70s, Chevelle and so forth, into this car. I got the paperwork on it, so I tend to believe the paperwork. It was optioned all the way out. It's got every option you could put on the car on it. Front and rear sway bars. It's got some kind of spring assist shocks on the back. I mean, air conditioning, all that shit. Automatic on the floor with a console. Yeah. Factory tack and all that shit in the dash. I mean, it's got every option you could get on it. And it's probably a 9 out of 10 car. I mean, I had a garage door fall and dink the fender. A-pillar moldings, but we're gonna fix that. Guy bought it brand new. You know, as I said, he worked for GM. He bought it brand new. Snuck all this shit on it supposedly as it come down the assembly line. He was one of the higher ups, from what I understand. He passed, and we bought it through his brother, younger brother, but from his wife. So that's the story on that. So, but I changed the radiator in it because it run warm ever since we got it, and then he tried to rebuild the engine in it, and something was never right about it. So I took the motor out, took it up to Beltrite, and had Ray go clear through it. Same guy that does all my machine work. And then we had to issue a one valve guide. We got a bad valve guide, fixed it, and other than that, it's been right as rain. But it's got the 188 casting, massive square port heads on it, which are, from what I understand, the LS6 replacement heads from GM. The block's dated. It says it's the LS6 block. It's got the factory forged crank and everything in it. We did have to put new pistons in it. Rods, crank's been turned 1010 rod and main. And I put all the good parts in it. King coated bearings. It's got a Howard's hydraulic roller in it. It's got Howard's roller rockers on it. No, I take that back. No, I don't. It's got the Comp Magnum roller rockers on it. It's got the factory LS6 aluminum intake, 4-barrel intake. Although I painted it orange because that's the way it came from the factory, was painted orange. And factory valve covers, except they're tall style factory valve covers on it, so they'll clear the roller rockers and the stud girdle. But she'll get down. I can go down there at the corner and I can lay patch halfway up the block with it. She'll definitely get down. My wife loves it. That's her favorite car right there, and her favorite colors. So I think I've rambled enough, everybody. I wanted to address the thing, build what you want the way you want, and tell everybody kiss your ass. And if you want a big block in S10, do it. They're not nose heavy. You know, use if you use aluminum heads and everything, you're gonna save a lot of weight. So anyway, everybody, watch for another video of us getting the truck out. Stay safe. God bless. And above all, live your life for you, not for everybody else. Don't live it through somebody else, for somebody else. Do what you want the way you want, and screw everybody else.